Hey and welcome to Neverwinter with Argon. So the Dungeon Delvers Delights event has been going on for nearly a week now, and many of us have been farming it like crazy. However, for myself, I haven't really been doing it a whole lot more than usual. I'll just do my daily randoms, and every now and again, if convenient, I'll pop in, let's say a Cradle run or CN run, etc. and go ahead and just run through it and gain my rewards at the end. And I will say this much, it has been fairly profitable, and I have been seeing a whole lot more frequently of those premium drops that they have promised. Now before I go over what types of things you can hope to obtain from the chests as premium drops during this event, let's first go to our rewards reclaim agent. We go to the home screen and we can click valuables and we can go over to claim, and you can see we can claim a 50 reroll reward pack. And I'm not sure if everybody can obtain this, as there are a few people I've contacted and they haven't seemed to get these rerolls. So apparently we can obtain 50 free reroll tokens, but only some people can. I'm not sure if this is intentional or not, but you may as well go ahead and check if you are able to claim them and go ahead and get them while you can. I have looked everywhere I can and there doesn't seem to be any place where Cryptic Curious have even mentioned these. So I'm going to assume it's probably some unintentional bug created from when they last gave us all free 50 reroll tokens, from basically when they made the error of introducing premium drops and then not introducing them until a little bit later and people wasting their rerolls. Anyway, regardless, it is nice that they've been given those 50 reroll tokens before the Dungeon Delvers Delights event is over, since we can go ahead and use them as much as we can to obtain many more rewards by rerolling the chests. If you have VIP here, every day you can obtain one of these packs here, which will give you 3 of those reroll tokens. That is if you have rank 6 and above of VIP. And reroll tokens are basically worth 5,000 astral diamonds, as that is what the cost is to reroll a chest when you don't have these tokens. So 50 reroll tokens is the equivalent of 250,000 astral diamonds, which is pretty nice. Now diving into the Dungeon Delvers Delights, you can see it's currently up here in the tabs here under the mini map. It's up for another 2 days and 6 hours, and from it basically the chance at which you can obtain premium drops is basically doubled. However, the actual drop rates of things is generally pretty low, so it's still pretty unlikely you'll obtain anything major. And when I talk about major rewards, yes, I mean free legendary mounts. I have seen them dropping all over the place. However, for myself, since I haven't been really farming this event as much as I could, I have not obtained one of those legendary mounts. However, I know of somebody who's obtained 3 of them during this event, and 1 legendary mount even the day before this event started. So yes, they are dropping, however I'm assuming the chances are pretty much like your lockboxes, if not worse. As yes, they are entirely free. You basically run your dungeon, you use your keys and your rerolls, and you hope to obtain one. For me, what I have been doing is I basically, if I open a chest and there's no reward there that's of any value, I just go ahead and reroll until I get a reward that is of some value, and then I just claim the chest rather than continually rerolling hoping just to get a legendary mount or something. I'm better off walking away with some profit than none. Now what can we hope to obtain as premium drops? Well, there's a whole multitude of different things. But first things first, what content do you have to run to be able to benefit the most from this Dungeon Delvers Delights? Well, you simply have to run epic dungeons, trials and skirmishes, and you'll be able, when you open the chests at the end, to have a chance at gaining those premium drop at an increased chance of, yeah, as they say there, double. So what I highly recommend running, if we look in our queue tab here, as I said, you have to be running those epic dungeons or these skirmishes or these epic trials. Now in my opinion, what to run, you want to run something that's relatively easy and also has the potential to give you the maximum type of rewards. And from what I have seen, there is no discrimination between the difficulties. It's just the fact that you have to be running in those queue types, the skirmishes, epic dungeons, and epic trials. And aside from that, there is no really discrimination on what you can obtain in which area. There is some speculation that you can only obtain certain legendary mounts from certain dungeons and trials, etc. On top of obtaining account-wide legendary mounts, you can obtain also companion upgrade tokens, which I have seen many of. You generally drop about 2 of them. You can drop up to 25 of them on a chest. You can also similarly obtain those mount upgrade tokens, which are much needed now to upgrade our mounts all the way to mythic. And then on top of that, you can obtain basically astral diamonds that are unrefined, so those pure astral diamonds. I mainly only see it dropping in bunches of 5,000, but you can get 10,000, even up to 50,000 if you're lucky. Along with that, we can also obtain trade bars, which is a pretty nice thing. We used to only be able to ever obtain those valuable trade bars, the Terminal trade bars, from our lock boxes, where you can obtain a whole bunch of these trade bars, even obtaining a jackpot of them. And this used to be the only primary place where you could get them, and now having the ability to obtain them from chests is pretty nice, since there are quite a lot of valuable things which you can hope to obtain with these trade bars in all these tabs here, from companions to mounts to even enchantments. Moving on, we can also obtain our wards. I've obtained quite a number of preservation wards, but generally they only drop in a stack of 1. There was one time where I obtained 1 in each of the chests on the end of a dungeon. I believe you can also obtain coal wards, but again, their drop rate is very rare. Along with that, we can also obtain lots of genie gifts. I have been seeing them drop left, right and center and all over the place. Genie gifts are pretty good to complete those campaigns a whole lot faster, or if you just want a whole lot of a certain campaign currency. However, I believe they only work on a select few campaigns, mainly just the legacy ones. Moving on, we can also obtain lots of scrolls. Scrolls of Raised Dead and scrolls of Mass Life. Generally only obtain 1 of them, and the blue scrolls are a little bit more rare. Moving on to Stones of Health. I have not managed to obtain one from a chest as of yet, but they would also be a pretty nice drop, especially if you're running endgame, since those Stones of Health are pretty crucial to get by. We can also obtain mounts and companions from the rarities of uncommon all the way to epic. With these new companion changes coming up, highly recommend getting your hands on at least 5 legendary companions as of now, and be ready to upgrade them to the max rank of mythic, so you can have that 100% bolster. So save up those companion upgrade tokens, so you'll be able to go right ahead and upgrade those companions as soon as we can. We can also obtain some more inventory space, those 36 slot bags. I have not managed to obtain one myself, but I have heard of people obtaining them, and they're pretty decent if you don't already have maxed out inventory. And that's pretty much it for premium drops, and with this event going on, they've been a whole lot more common. With this Dungeon Delver's Delight, the next time we can hope to see it again is if we look at the calendar here and we go to upcoming, we can see that they hope to host this Dungeon Delver's Delights event again on January the 14th. So in preparation of this Dungeon Delver's Delights, I highly recommend farming out some campaigns, getting that currency and using it to create these keys. And with then these keys, you can go ahead and open that additional chest at the end of the dungeon. And I only really highly recommend to run content which you have this key for, as otherwise you can sometimes just be wasting your time, as you generally want that second key so that you can have a chance at obtaining even more rewards. As you can see here, I'm pretty short on all of the campaign currency. Not many keys I can go ahead and craft, but that said, I intend to go and farm out these campaigns And I'm going to make another video on these legacy campaigns and basically what you can hope to obtain from them, etc. Alternatively, of course, if you do want to fund the game or you just have that free Zen, you can always purchase those legendary dragon keys, which will give you the ability to open those additional chests from basically all of these dungeons here, from your Lair of the Mad Mage key all the way to your demonic keys and even your Castle's Retreat. And some of those there you can hover over and they'll even give you a list of kind of what rewards you can hope to obtain. I wish the later versions actually had that as well, as it's pretty nice to kind of see what loot tables you have available to you. So that's pretty much it for this video. My overall thoughts of the Dungeon Delver's Delights. It is pretty good, but again, I would like to see these drop chances remain as they are, because it just gives a good bit more incentive to actually run all of this alternative content, rather than just only relying on just doing your daily random queue every day and just getting that rough astral diamonds. With this drop rates as they are right now, with this Dungeon Delver's Delights event going on, they can actually be pretty profitable and can help you gear up your character, especially if you're free to play. Grinding out these companion and mount tokens is pretty crucial, along with even those preservation wards. So hopefully this was somewhat insightful to you guys. If I presented this well, consider leaving the video a like, and if you're new around here, consider subscribing, and we'll see you guys around. Goodbye for now.